Hello Earth Tribe, welcome back to my channel Sky Above, Earth Below. This is Renee and you're watching a timeless collective reading for the full supermoon in Capricorn, July 13th, 2022. So although the moon is currently in the sign of Capricorn, you don't need to have Capricorn anywhere in your chart for this reading to apply to you. This reading will be for all astrological signs collectively. So I do offer lunar cycle readings to provide the collective with a natural rhythm for manifestations. If you'd like to continue following the energies of the moon, please join me here every new and full moons for a collective energy check. You can also view my playlist of lunar cycle readings whenever you wish, as they are all timeless. Okay, so before I speak a little bit about the lunar cycles and manifestation, I wanted to just quickly say a little bit about what I've been picking up about collective energy over the last few days as the full supermoon has been building. I have been picking up on some fairly intense fear I feel like is coming over the collective, having to do perhaps with something out of your control, something that is perhaps dominating or oppressive. Okay, so it feels to me like you may be leaving a certain situation, or you are bringing about change in your life that other people or other environments are not supporting. But with the Capricorn energy coming through in this supermoon, I'm also getting a sense that there is wisdom coming through you that is guiding you to a more grounded, centered place, to a place where you are minding your self-talk, where you are trying to manage this intense fear, because I feel like it's so intense that you're having to find ways to cope and deal with it. The other aspect of this is that you may not know that this fear isn't coming from you. This fear is coming from someone else. While you might have reason to fear, I do feel like with this moon energy that you have been actually in a fairly stable place emotionally. And that this intense fear that's come over you is fear that you're picking up from others, or thoughts that are coming in that are bringing about this fear. You're picking up these thoughts from others. But that doesn't make it your reality. It just means that you're sensitive. You're picking up on other people's energy. And because it has a direct effect on your life, it is hard to tell the difference between your energy and someone else's. So with the Capricorn energy, grounding yourself, figuring out practical ways to manage your energy, manage your emotions. This is something I feel like you're either thinking about or you're doing. Okay, so there's a kind of a balancing effect happening with polar opposites of feeling this intense fear and yet also pulling yourself through it in a practical way. All right, so that's the general energy that I was picking up on, and I'm going to move on to talk a little bit about working with the lunar cycles and manifestation. So if you want to learn a little bit more about working with the lunar cycles, just keep listening. Otherwise, you can go to the timestamps. Okay, so working with the lunar cycles. Just know that harnessing the moon's energy is a powerful way to manifest and to create your desired life. You can work with the full and the new moons, as well as the waxing and waning phases. But at the full moon, we do recognize the mid-lunar cycle. And although the full moon does have its peak day and time, the full moon's energy can actually be felt up to 3 days before or after its pinnacle of roundness and brightness. And so that's where I was picking up on this full moon energy that I was just speaking about. But from the full moon on, the moon becomes smaller, and that is why the full moon is a powerful time for releasing. So if you set intentions at the previous new moon, this full moon would be a great time to reflect on what may be standing in your way, to know what those blocks are, and to release them. And releasing can be done in many ways. For example, you could write down something on a piece of paper, whether that be a person's name or a statement or some kind of, even things within you that keep you held back. You can write things down, read them under the full moon, and then burn the paper and transmute that energy that way. You can also visualize or feel any potential blocks leaving you. But you can set new intentions at any point in the lunar cycle, so don't feel limited in how you use the moon's energy. Just know that the various moon phases do have a unique power of their own, so you can harness those powers as you like. I personally love working with the lunar cycles to incorporate ritual, rhythm, and meaning into my life. It's why I offer this reading. If you're interested in using the lunar cycles to manifest, I do encourage you to find a way to connect with the moon in a simple or elaborate way, but particularly in a way that allows you to do so regularly. Okay, so what do we have to look forward to with this full moon in Capricorn? What energy is this full moon bringing to the collective? That is the question for today. Up next, there is a meditative shuffle and then the reading to follow. You can watch both or navigate as you wish using the timestamps below. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you at your reading. Hello everyone, and welcome to this collective and timeless reading for the full supermoon in Capricorn, July 13th, 2022. Okay, so I'm just going to get right into this reading. Right here in the center, we have the Page of Wands and the Strength card. With the Page of Wands, I'm definitely getting that you are embarking on a new path, specifically a path that entails your passion. And for this group, I'm going to say that you are also on a spiritual path. Okay, so with Wands energy can often mean spirituality. It could mean anything that you're passionate about that aligns with your spirit, your heart, your intuition, something that brings you to a place of feeling alive and in your purpose. All right, so you're definitely on a right path for you. And I'm going to verify that with the star card here at the back of the deck energy. So you're definitely on a path of healing, but you're also aligned with your higher self and with your purpose. So there's a few things going on here, and I will try to bring them all together because I feel like there's a lot of messages going on for this group. Right here with the Three of Crystals, this actually came out in reverse. I don't really like to take reversals. Mainly I just read the energy as I feel I need to. So I intuit reversals if I need to. But because it fell out in reverse, it tells me that you have someone or perhaps a number of people who are not wanting to see you in your strength and power, not wanting to see you in your spirituality, not wanting to see you grow or move on to the path that you've chosen. Okay, so B energy is that sort of collective energy, so that's why I'm getting that it's probably more than one person who's working against you, and the Five of Swords energy is kind of confirming that for me as well. So I feel like you've got something in your environment, some sort of dynamic happening around you that is trying to hold you back, create blockages or difficulties for you to embark on your new path. And that's going to require your strength, okay? But this is something that is innate within you. This is something that, especially on a spiritual path, especially on a path of your passion and purpose, this is going to be a lot easier for you because it's in alignment with who you are. It's in alignment with your spirit. The Shaman card tells me that you have already a strong sense of knowing who you are, having a strong sense of humanity and universal love. There is a sense of you likely have had some kind of spiritually significant experience or encounters with the ethereal realms that helps to guide you in your path. I feel like this group has been strongly guided by something bigger than themselves. That part of you you've been in touch with, and so it's something like innate within you. That feeling of being connected to something greater than yourself. So the Three of Crystals, which is the Three of Pentacles upright, what I'm getting from that is that you are actually, because you're on your path and purpose, you're actually bringing in your new soul tribe. You likely don't see it yet because we've got the new moon energy here. The new moon is hidden by the sun. You can't see it yet, but that new start is coming. Right now, you are in this energy. This is the Wolf Moon or the Hunger card. So for some of you, I'm feeling like you could actually be hungry. Like there is a realness, a rawness to whatever you're experiencing that is having you feel like you need to bring about all the strength you have to get through your situation. There could be an authentic fear of not being able to provide for yourself or your family. I'm not here to tell you that that fear isn't real or doesn't matter. But what I'm seeing in the cards here is that you are being divinely guided. You're being navigated by your inner wisdom, your inner compass, your higher self, spirit. You are headed toward your happiness because happiness is your birthright. That is the purpose of our life, is to get through navigating our way toward our happiness. When we're on a path of our passion and purpose or of our spirituality, we have to get really real with ourselves. The purpose is to get to know ourselves and to live out our passion and purpose regardless of the financial gain. However, when we are on that path that is in alignment with ourselves, the universe provides. It's like the Fool card. When you take the step, the path appears. And the universe, your gods, guides, angels, and ancestors, they're there to support you. Right here with the wolf energy, the wolf is calling out. The wolf is guided so intuitively and is in touch with its inner wisdom. It knows how to ask the universe for help. So there is a reminder here that you are a co-creator, and also to keep having faith in your journey, because there's a hunger inside of you that wants to be your true, authentic self, wants to live out your passions, wants meaning and purpose in your life. There's a hunger for more than just food for most of you. It has to do with fulfillment, happiness. It has to do with your creativity. Okay, this card, birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. We are literally here to express. We are the universe here expressing itself. If we understand ourselves as a piece of the energy in this universe, here to express ourself, to grow the universe, we can literally co-create anything. We can be any expression we wish. It's just a matter of that expression bumping up against things like societal rules or expectations. Rules or expectations we have for ourselves. Rules or expectations other people have for us. So understanding this box that we are born into when we come into this 3D life, understanding the society and culture and norms that we are indoctrinated into when we're born into our families. If we can look at ourselves as an expression of the universe, we can see ourselves as more of a sovereign being. We can understand that we are whole and complete without the judgment and assessment of others. And so we can stand and live in our strength because we know ourselves to be a piece of divinity. For some of you who are in these situations where it is extremely difficult, where you may feel ostracized, or perhaps there's control happening, wanting people or situations that are wanting to keep you under control. And so on your path of growth, there's going to be triggers. If we can look at our triggers as information to learn from, then we can kind of take the edge off and figure out how to heal those triggers. Because if we can come at our triggers from a more removed place, as an observer, we can ask ourselves, wow, I'm feeling this way right now. I don't know why. And then you can ask yourself, why do I feel this way? So it could start with the blaming of others. It could start with literally just not knowing where to begin, because some wounds are so old that we don't know where they stem from. However, if you're feeling like there's the Five of Swords energy around you, if you're feeling like people are working against you, there is something about your energy that can be observed that will help you to learn more about yourself so that you're not triggered anymore, or so that you work through the triggers, they become less triggering. It says, true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. So if you're feeling disempowered, if you're feeling unworthy of love, acceptance, if you're feeling unworthy of your own power, of your own right to happiness, of your own right to shine and be your own vibrant spirit, right? Because we are spirits having human experiences. If you are not shining, if you're not bringing about the beauty that you have to offer this world, if there are others holding you back, there's a sense of what is it within ourselves that is also allowing this. Okay, we don't have control over what other people do. So that is why we have to look at ourselves. And while what other people do to us is not our fault, how we respond and what we allow is what helps us to learn and grow beyond our triggers so that we can bring about new energies, new experiences that allow us to be in our most dynamic and vibrant and beautiful energy. Here with the Seas of Mintaka card, it says seeing potential, bringing unconscious to light. So I'd like to speak about the seeing potential because oftentimes as passionate beings working toward our path of purpose, these kinds of people are healers, people with great and deep compassion for others, people who want to help and are altruistic, people who give to others more than they give to themselves, oftentimes until they understand how that's actually backwards and working against them. So when we see potential in others, we need to understand, and I'm going to use the phrase that my dad would say. He would say, "You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink." And that piece right there is really important for people who are so understanding and forgiving and loving towards others. This is about managing our energy. It's about managing our expectations of ourselves. It's about understanding that each of us is a spirit having a human experience, and each of us is here on our own path and purpose, and part of someone else's path and purpose could involve them learning a very difficult lesson. And so it's not our duty to take them off their path. They may need this difficult lesson, and they can't learn from it until they're ready. So while it's good to see the potential in others, to encourage them, to love them, to help them to see the beauty within them, that is where you extend your energy and meet theirs. But we can't take on their problems within ourselves. So that's one way of looking at the seeing potential aspect of this card. The other aspect I'm getting coincides with this card here with the full moon in Aquarius. With Aquarius energy, I get this is really like idealistic, big picture thinking, thinking outside the box, being really creative, really expressive in dynamic and unusual ways, seeing potential in humanity to be completely different than it is. Okay, so there's a lot of really positive aspects to this idealism, to these crazy ideas that may come from thinking so big and outside the box, from being able to see potential We need these kinds of energies on this planet right now. We need people to be able to envision a new and very different future for humanity. So being able to see potential in that way is what I'm feeling from this group. It says here, show the world the real you. And I feel like whatever potential you're seeing in the world, whatever beauty you're wanting to add to this world, that is what needs to shine. Okay? So, for example, right now, there's many tarot readers to choose from, but nobody reads the cards like you do. So it's really important because other people are going to be drawn to each other's energy. It's the energy that brings them to you. It's the way you deliver the message. It's the way that you live your life for others to see. It's a way for you to get through all of your challenges, for others to learn from. It's what permission you give yourself to take on your growth, where others may see themselves not being able to move forward in their life. They can look at you as an example. Where you are a self-starter, someone who follows their passion and their dreams. Not everybody feels like they can do that. They don't even see how it's possible, some of them. In fact, some of them are so adamant that things are not possible that they're wanting to work against people who do think that it's possible. And so it really does take each of us shining our own light, living our path of purpose, being in alignment with who we are, expressing ourselves authentically so that we can arrive at our happiness. This show the world the real you card. This is, for me, this is like my freak flag card where you do need to own yourself. Not just in the way of energetic and spiritual sovereignty, but in the external world where you are fully expressing who you are to others. And this is what's going to draw in your tribe. All those beautiful souls that resonate with you, who are drawn to your specific energy, who are drawn to your brand of healing, who are drawn to the beauty that you bring to this world. So, with the Page of Wands and this new moon card, a new start is coming. Definitely, whatever you're working on, whatever path you're taking, this is a brand new start for you. This hunger card is telling me to follow that hunger that you have, follow that passion of the Page of Wands. Stay in your strength and courage as you navigate the difficulties, the triggers that come up for you. This is part of that spiritual path. This is part of personal growth. But many of you do have universal wisdom and some kind of spiritual power that you know about yourself, that you have been afraid to show, that you have been even afraid to embrace. Because living our path of purpose isn't the easy path. It is the path less traveled. Because we live in this world that has been provided to us, and with the many people who can't see themselves outside the box, we don't get many people living in alignment, seeking their purpose, embracing change. We don't get many people embracing change. People don't want a new start. They want things to go back to the way they were. But as people of growth, we know that we can't do that. We can't stay stagnant. We've been navigating by something greater than ourselves for as long as we can remember. There's been something pointing you to your North Star since you can remember. There's been something that you've believed in all your life. Something greater than you that you know you belong to. Bringing unconscious to light. This could be part of your purpose. This could be part of your mission, part of your message to others, part of the way you live your life, where other people potentially see their own unconscious ways because you bring them to the light. So I'm noticing here that there's a lot of fire energy with the Page of Wands and the Strength card. There's a lot of energy here with the bee and the eagle. I feel like because there isn't, this is the Three of Crystals card, which is the Three of Pentacles. It's the only Pentacles here that I'm seeing. And so because there's less Pentacles, that's telling me that there is a need for grounding, especially if you're dealing with people who are working against you or energies that don't have your best interest at heart. Okay? Stay connected to your instincts, your intuition. Ask for divine guidance when you need it. Nurture that primal energy of yours, that root chakra. Remember to continue to take steps forward in the path that you know that is towards your divine right, your happiness, your purpose, because when you do that, the universe will reveal your next step. Keep bringing the beauty that is authentically you into this world. Keep navigating toward your star, your healing, your alignment, your purpose, because a new start is coming. Okay, my beautiful Earth tribe, that is your reading for the full supermoon in Capricorn. If this resonated, I'd really love to know in the comments. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to support my channel, and hit the bell if you'd like to be notified of my next upload. If you'd like to book a reading with me, my information is in the description box below, as well as links to donate and to all the decks I used in this reading. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. May the power of this full supermoon bring about the shift needed to manifest all that is in your heart. I'm sending you all grounding energy and love, and I'll see you at my next reading.